Hi everyone, welcome to this Stage 3 betting preview of the Tour de France. Apologies, it's a little bit late. I woke up early this morning to do it because I was in no condition last night after the Durban July and the Springbok Test match. And unfortunately, there was load shedding, but the power's back on now. And here's the preview. Expect a pretty straightforward sprint stage today. Possibility of some wind interference, but we'll get into that in a few seconds' time. Let's just first have a look at the classification from yesterday, which did turn out to be a sprint. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see a lot of it. But having a look here, Fabio Jakobsen justifying favoritism and coming back from a horrific injury a few years ago to win. It's absolutely a dream start for him in his Tour de France career. And also takes a lot of the pressure off with all the drama around the selection of Cavendish as well. Jakobsen came late. His train didn't work out perfectly, but he got the job done. And he edged in the end Wout van Aert, who did just enough by getting the 6 seconds bonus there to move into the yellow jersey. But a brilliant sprint by van Aert. And once again, shows that if Jumbo-Visma giving him the freedom to contest, he's going to be very hard to stop as far as the green jersey competition goes. Mats Pedersen also dreaming of yellow, unfortunately just coming up short there, but a very good sprint for him in a third. And there was a bit of interference. It wasn't the cleanest sprint you'll ever see. And Peter Sagan showing a reasonable promise. We never got to see speed yesterday, coming in sixth. Groenewegen, my money unfortunately was on him yesterday, was disappointing. His team did everything they could, but he just seems to lose the wheel at the wrong time. No doubt this man has the speed, but I don't know. The Tour de France and the sort of frantic finishes probably don't suit Groenewegen that well. A bit of a mechanical as well for Caleb Ewan, who had gone for the intermediate sprint early on. It'll be interesting to see if Ewan actually keeps going for those or if he just takes it as a sign that he must just now focus on stages because he's got a lot of work to do to get back into that green jersey race. Right, well, let's have a look then at the classification. Let's go to the classification betting actually for the Tour de France. Just a quick update. I'd like to do a quick update on the classifications. There we go. Sorry, a little bit of rush this morning, so I didn't get everything as prepared as I should have. But yeah, we see no change to the outright betting. Pogacar obviously still a firm favourite there. Nothing to the mountains. We haven't had any mountains to speak of. Points classification, Wout van Aert shortened from 13 to 20 to 11 to 20. Jakobsen has shortened from 5 to 1 to 9 to 4. And Sagan drifted slightly to 7 to 1. Mats Pedersen also in the picture there at 9s. Nothing on the team classification as far as changes go there. So let's move on to the actual stage itself. And here's the profile for the third stage. It's 182 kilometers. And you'll see here a couple of little rises, but nothing that the sort of stronger sprinters can use to try and drop the likes of Groenewegen. However, there is a possibility of some wind that's not forecast to be in the direction we would be hoping most of the way, and also not quite as hard. So this stage could get really exciting if there are a bit of crosswinds and we get the echelons, but I'm not necessarily expecting too much of it. Certainly at some stage, the field will probably be nervous. We saw crashes yesterday as well, and that's very common in the opening stages of the Tour de France. But all in all, we expect this to come together for a bunch sprint. So let's have a look at the betting then for the stage. And I'll just stay on Sunbet for now. Fabio Jakobsen, he's now a 5 to 4 favourite. Philipsen, a bit disappointing yesterday. He's a 6 to 1. Slight uphill sprint. This certainly nothing to trouble the guys, but you do get some sprinters who are strong on the uphill. I think Philipsen will be suited by this finish, as will the likes of Caleb Ewan. Wout van Aert, 6 to 1, will also probably enjoy the slight rise. And then we've got Groenewegen there at 7s. I'll quickly have a look and see what price Caleb Ewan is. He's at 15 to 2. Mats Pedersen 8 to 1, and you can get 16 to 1 Sagan, and 20 to 1 and better the balance. Let's have a look at the matchups. That's where my bet is coming in, and I'm taking it from the Good for the Game forum. One of our forum punters there, we call him KC, posted that he's going for the match bet Caleb Ewan over Dylan Groenewegen, and he's taken even money. I see there's 19 to 20 here. Ewan as short as 7 to 10 in places. And Ewan to beat Groenewegen. If it's a straight up sprint between the two, I'd probably give it to Groenewegen. Ewan doesn't have the best of trains, but the sprint finish should suit him. And to me, he's more durable than Groenewegen. It seems to me that anything can go wrong in the race, and Groenewegen will struggle. And for that reason, I do think a bit of an interest there in Ewan there. And let's just have a look. I'm going to go with 2 units on Ewan over Groenewegen at 19 to 20 at Sunbet. Right, that brings us to the end of this one. It's been a Tour de France that I've sort of had to follow from a bit of a distance so far, but I'm going to get more and more into it as things go along. And I'll also take more of an interest in the long-term markets where I haven't got involved yet, which is also very unusual. I'm normally so committed early in the Tour de France. Anyways, enjoy the race. Monday is a rest day, but we'll be back probably Monday night with the preview for stage 4, and I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in to the Tour from next week onwards.